Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Don Basil Butalan from the College of Engineering and Education, taking the program Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, and I am here today to discuss my topic, which has been given to me, measures of dispersion in a group data. So, measures of dispersion belongs to the statistical field. So, in statistics, measures of dispersion are essential tools used to quantify the spread of variability in a data set. When analyzing a group data, these measures help understand how data points deviate from the central tendencies such as the mean, median, and our mode. Understanding the dispersion is crucial for making informed decisions and interpreting data effectively. This report will state the key measures of dispersion of data, which includes our range, variance, mean, standard deviation, and our coefficient of variation. So, let's discuss that one by one. So, what is range? Range is the simplest measures of dispersion representing the difference between the maximum and the minimum, which means the upper and the lower boundaries. So, it gives basic understanding of how spread out values are for that our formula for our range to make R is equals to UCD minus LCD. You might wonder what this UCD and LCD means. They are called the lower class boundaries and the upper class boundaries, which is said to be the maximum and the minimum of the data. So number 2, let's discuss the variance. So the variance measures the average square deviation of each data point from the mean. And our formula for our variance is S squared is equals to the sum of F times X minus mean squared over N minus 1. boundary, which you can see in the class boundary, the lowercase will be 9.5 and the uppercase will be 24.5. So we are 24.5 times 9.5. And answer to that will be R is equals to 50. Oh my God, I forgot my calculator. So here's my calculator. Sorry for the wait. And now we have identified our range, which is 15. Next, we will be identifying how to get our variance. So our variance formula will be S squared plus square root of, and the sum of f times x minus b over squared over n minus 1. So as I said before getting to our variance, we need to get our mean. So when getting our mean, we will be identifying its formula, and its formula will be x is equals to sum of f times x over n. As you can see, as I told you earlier, our n will be our sum of our frequency. We will just add them up. So plus, 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 plus. It will be 3. Okay? That is our n. So we already identified our n. Next thing is we're going to identify what is our x and our f times x. So in order to get our f and our x, we will just need to get the middle number of our intervals. For example, 10 and 12. So what is the middle of 10 and 12? 10, 11, 12. So it is 11. It is very basic to get as it is just finding the middle number. So 11, 14, and 17, 20, and 22. There you go. We have our f. So in order for us to get our f times x, our f times x will be just multiplied to x. Okay? Or just multiply to x. For example, 5 times 11 will be 55. Next thing, we'll be adding our 8 times 14, 112. Next thing is our 35 times 17, 85. And 20, 200. And 23 times 2 is equals to 46. So that's it. We have identified